So, to begin, can you state your name and your profession?
Profession? Okay, I'm Rowena AuYeung, and my profession is a student in interior design. Well, learning by doing, I think, is something that I try to incorporate in my life because as opposed to, well, the opposite is I'm saying is that sitting back and being afraid and just being paralyzed by fear is not going to help you get anywhere, right? But just not being afraid to make mistakes and just getting something done and then like being able to go back, like it's an iterative process, right? Where you go back and you fix things or you go back and you change things. You're just actually just getting something out and then going back and doing things. I think that works with your life as well because say like you're doing sport, right? You're not gonna get it right the first time, but you just need to go out there and do your best and then look back and say, okay, well, you know, I could have done this better. I could have done this a different way, and then the next time you do it, you try again. It's like, I read this quote once, I think, in a magazine about some woman doing pottery, and it was saying how, like, some women, they were trying to make their piece, their first piece, like the best piece they could make it, and so they just kept, like, fixing that one piece. Whereas, like, these other women, they just, like, did one piece, and then, like, even though it wasn't perfect, they just moved on to the next one, and then those people improved faster because they just kept doing it, whereas these people just kept mulling over the little mistakes they had. And so, like, I'm trying to work with them. And so I see it as something that can be in your life as well. I think, well, it depends. Like, a lot of times it's just going and looking through images, either going to the library or going online or looking at what other people have done, looking at art, and sometimes just going outside for a walk and looking at the sky and just not being enclosed in space. And taking your mind off things or doing something else first and then coming back to things so you have a fresh perspective. I think all of those things are things that I do to help. Well, I think it's really important because that's why I always like to carry notebooks or pens around me because I'm always needing to jot something down or write something down. And this year I'm using my passport a little crazy and just like writing in it notes, and even when my professor is talking to me in class, I'll just jot things down because it's also because I have a bad memory, so I just need to have it on paper. And I think maybe it's because we're in this field where we just need visual things. So laying things out visually, like having it on paper, helps me to like get stuff out, helps me to think. And it really helps when you need to remember how you got somewhere to be able to just retrace your steps and look back on the papers that you scribbled on. And I mean, like, so many designers, like, they start, like, I think Frank Gehry came up with, you know, his Art Gallery of Ontario from like this little napkin sketch, right? So, like, just keeping track of that and seeing how things evolve is pretty cool too. Alright, so when I start brainstorming, the beginning of the process is always one of these bubble diagrams, flowchart, bubble diagrams, I don't even know what they're called. Brainstorming, whatever things. Yeah, so I always start off with like big word in the middle and then just branch off, and then for me it always starts off with words, and then I let those words translate into ideas, and then I'll look for visual images.